here's a quick demo of how the current add-on works. It has no UI yet. It's essentially just a raw script. So this is how I've been doing it, but I'm going to incorporate a UI in the future. So this one's going to be just an example of how you make a ball fire, hit something, and then have that something be a note played. So instead of the traditional idea that when you strum a guitar, it'll make a sound. We're actually going to make a sound, which then strums the guitar. It's weird and backwards, but it'll make sense once I explain it. So we're just gonna make a simple scene here. We're gonna have a UV sphere as a ball, and then we're gonna have it get fired. Let's say out of a tube, right? Delete that. Okay. And then have it, hit a cube over here. Okay, cool. And then it can return to, another one here. So, we've got our object set up. We're going to scale that down a little bit so it's more easily seen. So, we're going to make two animations. So we're going to make the animation of the ball firing and then the animation of the note or the instrument getting played. So in this case, it's just a simple, it's like hitting a xylophone or something where it kind of wobbles back and forth, but that's it. So we're just going to go to the first frame, 0. Make sure it's at 0 or whatever you set in here. Hit I to locate or to add a keyframe for location. I'm just going to add one here and then one here. Cool. Go to the dope sheet or the graph editor actually, and then we're gonna make it follow the standard laws of physics, where it's gonna be fired at a constant speed and it's gonna return at a constant speed. But now you can see that the vertical is wrong because in the real world the things travel in a parabola. So it starts at 0, so scale those to 0. And then I would add another thing here. I don't know why that's... Oh, it's because that's scaled to 0. There. Add one like that. There. Alright, see how that works. Too high. Try this. Cool. So it's maybe a little bit high, but it makes it work. Okay, there we go. So now we can just put that up where we want it to, and you can change the animation wherever you want, really. But so now we have that. Now we go to the dope sheet, and since it's going to be an animation played several times, we want to make sure that it returns to the first frame. Okay, cool. Now we are going to go into the NLA editor, and we're going to have this thing right here, so we're just going to push that down right in there. Now, actually, scratch that. You can go to you can do that, or you can go to the dope sheet where you can name it. So let's just say ball launch. Cool. Save that, push down. There, now you can save that as whatever name you like. So it's called sphere, hit ball launch. We can just call it ball. And now let's name this. Let's just have it say cube, and we're gonna make an animation for it being hit. So just keyframe once, and I'm actually gonna go into the graph editor for this one, and then just back maybe a little bit. I'll focus on here, and we're just gonna keep. Let's say focus here, and now just keep going between there and there. There we are. Down a bit, up a bit. Now when you see it gets hit, boing. Cool. Now it doesn't correspond with the ball just because they're not supposed to line up right now. We're just generating the animations. So next step is to do the same thing. NLA editor. We can do dope sheet. Let's say hit. If you're having just one instrument, you can name it that, but I would name it, a specific. In the other example that I'm working on, I have everything named correctly and organized so that I can just enter it in up here. Push down. I can go to the NLA editor, and we can actually start, putting it through the script. Now, make sure you define the file that you're reading from. It's supposed to be a CSV. Just use Midi to CSV. It's fine. And so it's going to be in the same directory as where you've saved it. So make sure of that. Now, you want to enter in the information up here. So frame tick, that should be fine if you're going at 60 or 30 frames per second, at least at the MIDI tick that I was at. Now object, we're gonna animate the ball first. So let's just say ball, because that's what we have entered, I believe, right? Yes, it's called ball. And then animation, ball launch. Channel 4, yep. Frame, that's the starting frame. Delay, so that's essentially when does the sound get played in the instrument. So when it's launched, it doesn't play the note right away. It waits until it hits right about there, until it makes a noise. So that's frame 10. So we're gonna want to say frame 10 for delay. Now object ball launch, channel 4, note 60. That's middle C, I believe. Frame 0, anim length. So when you have a ball that's fired, and sometimes it's fired multiple times right after each other, you want to make sure that the NLA tracks don't overlap each other and overwrite each other. So what this does is it essentially says, if they overlap, duplicate the object and then apply the animation to that one. So we're just going to enter the amount of frames that it takes for it to complete, which is 21. And so now, I believe we are ready to set it to animate. So we're going to want to make sure that we have everything deselected in here and in here. Let's save it and hit run script. And so now we'll have a ton of these, but now you can see that it fires. And I don't have the sound enabled, but I can assure you that it's the same as when it's being played in the song. So we're going to do the same thing for the object being hit. Now, since we don't care if it overlaps or not, because when you hit something and then you hit it again, it will just you're providing the same exact energy, so you won't have to worry about physics or anything. It's just there. So we're going to set it to animation length of 0. Now change it. Let's just say cube and hit. I believe, right? It is not capitalized. And now we want to make sure that the delay is set to 0 now, because it is being hit on the first frame of the note. So now we can save, deselect everything, make sure everything is deselected, go to the front, hit run script, and now it's good. Since it's not being fired at such a fast rate, it doesn't look like it obeys the laws of physics, but every single time that it gets hit, except for the front where we started the animations, and you can essentially delete, it will work. Actually, I'm gonna delete those just to emphasize that it does work. There we go. See? And it works just fine. Now you can do this with shape keys, you can do it with armatures. I'm still working out the xylophone and pipe dream, where essentially there's an armature attached to an object. And currently this script only supports one object being duplicated at a time, so it'll only duplicate the armature and not the note that I want to duplicate. So I'm still working through that, but this is the basics of it. So thank you for watching this, short demonstration of how it works and how I would go about it. I'm going to be upgrading in the future to have a UI and to be a lot more user-friendly, but for now, that is all. Thanks for watching.